Alright, welcome back. North American Tournament 9. This is G's to the Boss, aka the Koofy Smacker if it's necessary. Don't wear a Koofy around me. I'm here with Bozo Cat. They call that guy Yosemite Sam, because he's got two guns up back in the days. And then I've got Skywalker, the Sky Noob, also the Guy Stalker, for all of his friends that know him more closely. And we're going to bring to you this Cyberdyne 1 versus Undivided Eclipsis quarterfinal game 1 right now, best of 3. Say hi to the people, Skywalker and Bozo.
Greetings.
Nice intro, man.
Okay, so it looks like our red team is going to be Undivided Eclipsis, coming out with the double guard, Destro, Raven, Levy, Carrier. Pretty standard right here. What we got looking out Cyberdyne over here? There you go. Guardians, Levy, Destro, Battlecruiser, and Raven. So I'm going to point to Bozo Cat right now and say, what do you think? What do you think's the early advantage here? One comp having that Battlecruiser, other one switching it up.
There's a lot more kiting power on Cyberdyne, so look to see Eclipsis drive Cyberdyne back at first, and then for that range to slowly whittle them down.
Okay, now if you're playing this outside battle, and you're the carrier, Luigi, Skywalker, you play a lot of carrier. What do carriers look to do on the outside across from Leviathans like this?
Scepters, scepters, and scepters. That's all we can do, man.
So there you go, scepters. You see Luigi throws in the throws the launch towards the middle to kind of mess with that Raven. But yeah, Omega Stars come out with the 9 range, so that's that range rocket BC gonna do some damage. You can see Beggy is in the Destro, already down to hull, but only losing a little bit so far. Pretty good matchup at the beginning. Let's talk about long-term strategies now. Bozo, say you're on Cyberdyne's side. What are you what are you looking for long-term? What's your biggest strength in the long term against Eclipsis?
So with this 5 split, they're looking to maximize the power Stone Cold has against the whole other team. They're going to try to use the power of 5 ships to hold and win the middle, so that Stone Cold can outfarm Luigi and Shapig, and just push them around eventually in the mid-game.
Okay,
mid-game, we're looking probably for Frenzy.
Okay, Frenzy. So, looking at now, we've got Shapig across from Stone Cold on the battle on the outside. And if we're looking at the other side, Skywalker, what do you think Eclipse's best strategy is to overcome what they're trying to do with Stone Cold over here?
The thing is, Eclipses have a better late game comp, but in early game, with range, Cyberdyne should be able to push them. So if they actually win the early game, they have a chance. These kiting guards will help a lot, Cyberdyne.
Yeah, so you can see that right now. We've got health going down a little. It's definitely lower over here on the Eclipsis side right now in the early game. There's a little bit of push right here. So there you go. Cyberdyne's using that, trying to use that range. Now we got a little counter push right here. But I guess mainly though, we're looking at what should be a really good match between these two teams. Not a huge advantage going to be either way. As you can see, Omega has to get out of there. Okay, yeah, nice. That's a nice thing to point out there. She's got to get those. She's got to get those shields. All right, so we just saw that that Eclipsis was hurting and coming back a little bit, but a good push forward, and a little lack of shielding. Farm even right now, and yeah, both of these teams not giving up any ground right now. Looks like yeah, upgrades are coming for Hex and Omega Star. Tura on his way back as well. And they'll try to absorb some farm. Zimin and Andromeda in the middle right now, while Eclipsis is not pushing. They look to be, they're sending Beggy back right now. And as you can probably expect, Stone Cold and Shapig out there in the levies, farming it up. Luigi, unfortunately, lagging a little bit behind, since he did give up that outside position to the Leviathan Shpig. Now, what do you think, Bozo? Do you want your carrier out there, or do you want your Leviathan out there, or is it really just the same?
This is a really tough choice because the Leviathan can function okay without a side lane, but the carrier is in a lot of trouble if he's under farm because the interceptors die too quickly. However, because of the strength of this 5-1 push, whoever's on the other side is just going to have a lot of trouble. So one of those ships is going to end up starved, and if it's the Levy, then Stone Cold's going to beat him, and if it's the carrier, Stone Cold will push him back and win the lane. It's a tough dilemma.
So it looks like they're gonna try to tag team it a little bit. He's out there, but not quite. Now they're putting the Raven on the outside for Cyberdyne. What do you think? Do you think that's really necessary out there, Skywalker, or does it seem like Stone Cold's pretty much holding it down on his own?
I think Stone Cold is holding pretty well along. So far, he doesn't need any help, and he's way ahead Shpig right now, right?
Yeah, so let's take a look at this farm board right now. I gotta find somebody who has it up. As you guys are pointing out, Stone Cold way up there in the farm right now. Next best farmer is going to be Shpig, but not by much. Tura's right there next to him. So there's definitely a big difference between what Stone Cold is doing right now and what everybody else has got. What do you think, Bozo? Like, if you just had to commit to something, okay, here's how we're gonna keep Stone Cold back, what do you do?
I think what they should do is try to drive the group of 5 back so that Stone Cold has no choice but to play further back or get cut on by a group of 5 ships and wasted. He's not strong enough to hold everybody yet. And here comes the cut now.
There you see it cutting.
They thought better of it.
There you go. Eclipse is going to turn back a little bit. Has Eclipsis grabbed the kind of upgrades that they need to take back control of this middle with these guys kiting them? As you can see, there's the corrosive.
I would say so. Yeah, they're now, with Beggy Eyes having bots, the kiting isn't nearly as effective because he can just heal that damage back up and push again.
Alright, across from him, Hex does not have bots himself. So Beggy a little bit more of the sustainability once that hull damage starts coming. But as you can see, here's another push. There's an EMP to get those corrosives stopped, and right now Cyberdyne's next to their towers. Gonna need to push out and take some more map control here. What are we looking at? Farm score total 1160 to 1160. Wow. So what do you think what do you think is the advantage to having that Raven be the one that's the over farmer, Sky?
Well, I think the Raven is not the most important right now. I mean, the difference in those comps is Carrier for Eclipses and BC for Cyberdyne, right? So Eclipses should use what they have different. Oh shit, stuns died.
Oh my gosh, so Stone Cold comes in, and in all of the shenanigans,
survived.
Wow, that was really close. What did they beat him with? That corrosive, I guess?
Yeah.
It was double corrosive with the Gats rolling, but Beggy Eyes had to withdraw. He was taking too much damage.
Okay, there you go. So Beggy is on his way back now. He's burning. Stone Cold with a near miss. That would have been devastating, considering he's definitely the high farmer in this game by far. What happened? he got focused, huh?
I think they were all very excited about killing Luigi, and they didn't manage to get even close to doing it.
Yeah, so a good cover right there. Luigi manages to make it out of there, minus any shenanigans. He's up at 13 interceptors right now, so it's nothing to, nothing to laugh at. But he's slowly working his way back into some farming success right now.
Yeah, As I was saying, I think Eclipses should use what they have different. They have a carrier, so they should get early attacks and do something. They have double corrosive, they could snipe someone.
Okay, so we've got a pause. We've got a pause right now. Not sure exactly what's happening, but they may need to fix some lag issues. Oh, okay, Beggy's AFK as well. So
I think it'd be pretty difficult for Luigi to text somebody in this case because Andromeda is winning the energy war against Killer U. She's up 75 total energy against him.
okay, so you've got that. Yeah, do you think just maybe distract Andromeda by moving the Raven out away from the carrier instead of trying to go man up with the carrier and the Raven?
That's one way to do it. Another way would be to force her to expend all of her energy denying Corrosive. Corrosive is very, very inefficient to deny because it only costs 35, and you're denying energy in increments of 200.
Yeah, that's a good point. I like to play Guardian a lot, and the one really nice thing about it is Corrosive is so cheap that it's almost not worth it to sit there and use your EMPs on it. But Andromeda's got plenty of ships that she needs to deny over there, and not a lot of help with doing that yet. You think it's pretty much time for lockdowns to start happening, or what?
I think it's kind of early for lockdown.
Yeah, I would agree with that. There are not abilities in play right now that it's important to lock.
Okay, so we'll see what they do. BC probably just sticking with DPS while it's legit, and wow, nice. Shapig caught up in the farm. Crazy.
That's really important. Because if Stone Cold keep out of control like that, it would be a really, really bad time for Eclipses.
So there we're seeing that it's about an 80 farm advantage for Eclipses right now. Mostly thanks to Shapig and Luigi doing their things on the farming tip. And yeah, Hexen, that Destro is very active, but just at the bottom one farm right now. So very interesting game we have coming up once this pause is over. A lot of different ways to take advantage of your enemy. Looks like we're going to get started here. All right. Back into the game, as we said. Eclipse up in the farm now, only about 80. Here's Cyberdyne. Looks like, what do we got happening here? Just both teams kind of doing a stare down right now, grabbing whatever farm that they can. As we said, 13 on the ends for Luigi right now. Corrosive coming out of these Eclipsis Guardians. Alright, so the Raven War right now on the advantage of Cyberdyne. Here comes Zimin warping out. Picking up on those needles right now, trying to stay against those carrier interceptors. Okay, so Corrosive is going to be the focus, huh? And on the other side, we've got Corrosive on Tura. Don't have it on Zimin right now, just with needles. But a lot of Corrosive ass is going to be happening. Well, look at that. There's Stone Cold getting pushed again. He's he's on the way out of there. 1.7 speed, gonna make it out just fine. But
note that Shapig is beating Stone Cold, and a lot of that's on the strength of his rapid regen. He regens 320 more life each time, and he adds more energy.
Okay, there you go. That's a nice thing to point out. That that rapid regen just allowing Shapig to stay more survivable out there on the outside, and Stone Cold's going to need to try to catch that up if he's going to continue to fight. He's getting a corrosive put on him right now, so they definitely put a lot of effort into making sure that he didn't stay on top as far as the farm like that. Now Shapig has got the advantage. There's corrosives on Tura, and the interceptor's coming in. Tura is on his horse trying to get out of there, 1.6 speed, so he's good. And there's your turn, but Eclipsis is already backing out of there.
Very smart, safe play there. Noting that they didn't have any corrosive acid left because of the EMP and not forcing the issue.
Now, are we seeing a lot of Yamato cannon get spammed yet right now? I mean, Omega Star is looking for his spot. But Skywalker, if you're BC, you've got your Yamato cannon. I'm guessing your primary target is that destroyer?
Not really. I mean, if you ball push in a Guardian, it's actually easier to kill, right? So
yeah,
finishing a guard with Yamato seems to be more reasonable.
There you go. As Bozo was pointing out, 250 energy, so can't do it a whole lot. It costs 125. 1500 damage on that Yamato is something you've got to pick your spots in order to make that really effective. There you go. See the battle there. Yeah, Stone Cold's gonna go in a little bit. Shapig across from him. We got that 10 bile coming out there right now, so advantage right there, doing that damage. 6 attacks for Stone Cold's and 8 attacks for Shapig. Let's check out the overall farm right here. It appears, yeah, just like it looks, about 2,000 for Eclipsis right now, and not yet 1,800 for Cyberdyne. Eclipsis is, you know, spending a lot of time on their side of the map, so obviously farming more effectively. And now finally Eclipsis is going to give some ground right here. Cyberdyne's going to come out and try to catch up a bit.
Baggy Eyes is parasited.
Okay, so the parasite on Baggy right here. You see Shapig. Stone Cold finally tired of getting beat on the outside right here. Goes, gets his little buddy Zimin. Zimin comes over, they beat him back a little bit. But as Bozo was pointing out, that's a whole lot of regen. You can see his health coming back up, you know, very quickly. Luigi's got the interceptors up to level 17. Andromeda is running away. Got those Guardians right now sitting at 7 and 8 on the spines for those Guardians. A lot of bile coming out of Shapig right now. A lot of bile. Up to 11 for Stone Cold, so sitting at 7 attacks now as well, where Shapig's at 8. And Cyberdyne's going to back out of here a little bit. About a little bit down, 200 down in the farm right now. Nothing overwhelming at the moment. Looking for their spot. Alright, there's Baggy Gats right there. EMP from Killer U goes on to Hex. There's the corrosives to try to encourage him to back off, and then he's going to turn and put some Gats on Stone Cold. Now, here's a question for you, Bozo.
Sure.
Looking at the outside here, I see Stone Cold's coming in, and you know, kind of being engaged by ships other than Shapig kind of often. Does it look like he's maybe a little bit more to the inside than he needs to be, considering you know, anybody down on the inside is going to be throwing those corrosives on him and whatever?
I think it's actually necessary that he do that. Right now, Cyberdyne Center is being pushed very badly by the Superior Guardian play from Eclipsis, and so Stone Cold needs to go in there and compensate for it.
Okay, so there you go. Stone Cold trying to help that middle out. That middle is pivotal to him staying on the outside and farming well. So you see the interceptors coming in.
Luigi has 17 scepters and 400 on the bank. He's gonna start to be annoying, really, really dangerous.
Alright, let's
Luigi's starting to launch the center, so just like Stone Cold is helping the center, so too is Luigi. And there are no A attacks available at all to Cyberdyne. This is a significant weakness for them.
Yeah, so the interceptor's gonna be an issue. They gotta work those needle spines up, and that's really the only way. I'm thinking if you're Luigi, the Raven's your obvious target, right?
Yes. And Omega, which is the BC that is the natural counter for Carrier Zintz, he's in trouble because he has only 100 in the bank and no pods yet, and just 275 energy. So it's gonna take a while to start podding the scepter.
Now at this point, do you think that pods is even gonna help?
Yes, man. Look at that. Luigi is pushing turret.
Hey, wake up.
See, that's a good point. He does have that lockdown now, but he is not the sturdiest fellow on the map right now. You see, we're gonna get a pause right here. But Buzz was pointing out, not the sturdiest guy out there. Getting a lockdown off on somebody with that range is not gonna be easy without taking a bunch of damage. So you're thinking pods and just energy, Boza?
Yeah.
What else can a battlecruiser do at this point, Skywalker, to help your team the most?
As a BC,
Yeah.
pods is the only useful thing now. Really, he cannot push with missiles. Yamato is getting weaker and weaker as the ships get stronger. The other ships get stronger. Lockdown will be really, really hard to land. Basically, it's just pods.
Okay, and I've gotten word from a couple watchers that we've got like a kind of a dark appearance to the stream right now. Trying to find some way to get that fixed for you. If not, then I apologize. I have to figure out why the streaming software is acting really stupid all of a sudden, because it does actually look darker than it has previous. So we'll try to get that figured out for you. But meanwhile, a lot of good star battling going on. There you see Raven Wars, Andromeda just beasting right now, keeping that farm up. 450 on the energy right now, spamming those EMPs. Also got D-Matrix just in case. 8-second cooldown right now, so very effective use of a D-Matrix if necessary. 11 armor on Hex right now. There's Beggy coming in, he's got 7 armor. There you go. 300 almost is the farm advantage for Eclipses. Eddie is on the outside, fighting Stone Cold. He's at 10 range, doesn't have any acid spore upgrades, but he's got corrosive. Oh, and there's the parasite on Stone Cold. Corrosive on Beggy. And there are the interceptors coming in, trying to harass Andromeda. She EMPs them before they get there. So they're able to deal with those a little bit easier. Now you're going to see a substantial push. Shapig is frenzied up right now on that 12 bile. Target looks to be that battlecruiser, taking a lot of damage. Omega Star. Here comes Stone Cold in to help, but the interceptors are just beastly. Shield transfer, interceptors. Oh, looks like he's going to make it. That DMAT, that 8-second cooldown, pivotal on that DMAT. So you see Hex. Oh, Hex eats a blackout. He's on the way back. Ouch. Cyberdyne taking a lot of damage. Looks like Hex is going to go down. Oh. Yeah. Killed by Eddie, and Beggy was all up in the middle of that. He retreats. He's all good. Got the interceptors coming in to fight off Zeman, fight off Stone Cold, and yeah, what do we... Here's a frenzy by Shapig. He's not finished killing people, huh? Alright. Finally, these guys break it up. Let's get some post-death analysis from Bozo Cat right now.
That was a critical advantage for Eclipsis. Taking out the destroyer, the battle cruiser, they no longer have to worry. Or sorry, they didn't take out the battle cruiser. My bad.
Took out the
Hex is dead.
Destro.
They took out the destroyer. That's even better. The destroyer was aggroing all of the spines and bile or acid spore from the Guardians, so the Guardians are free to operate with basically no limitations until PDDs come out. They will be the masters of the center now.
Alright, so here's a question for you. How come why do you want Blackout instead of D-Matrix if you're Eclipsis?
My guess is that Eclipsis feels that they're ahead, and so rather than using D-Matrix to save someone, they want to use Blackout to take the Raven out of play.
Uh-oh, and I don't mean to cut you off, but Stone Cold is trying to frenzy out of here. He's gonna... Ooh, man, he's taking a lot of damage right now. That D-Matrix has to come back up. Tura gets killed trying to cover for Stone Cold, and I guess that's... Oh, Stone Cold keeps kiting, and he goes down too. Ouch. That's, oh man, so that's kind of a, he might have been suiciding, I'm not exactly sure. But you see the GG by Hex right now, and let's try to finish post death analysis with Bozo, and then we'll move to this next one.
Alright, so once they lost the Destro, that was enabling, like a mobile PDD, all of Cyberdyne's damage. They tried to push out without a Destro or PDDs, and they just got rolled.
Okay, Sky, do you think that there was necessarily any huge decision-making mistakes on the side of Cyberdyne, or was it just one of those little, focus fire here, a lack of one there kind of things that eventually lead to you going down?
I don't know, man. I think only the BC could get pods earlier, but I don't know if it would make a huge difference in the match. The guy here and Levy at the sides for Eclipses, they made difference at the end.
Very little was done to contain Luigi's DPS.
Okay, so there you go.
Cyberdyne didn't get the advantage that they needed on early game, so that's it.
Alright, so that was game 1. Goes to Undivided Eclipses. This is the quarterfinals for NA Tournament 9 Star Battle with Bozo Cat and Skywalker. We're going to sign off for this one, and we hope to have another really good match for you coming up. Maybe my screen will be brighter hooray. Thanks for watching, and stay